Welcome, dear students, to the course of Programming Fundamentals with Python. This is our week number 5, and in week number 5 in the theory, we studied about different types of operators that are available in the Python language. So we are going to practice those programs which are related with the operators, the concepts of different types of operator. So here is our first program for today. This is comments. As you are aware of the comments, we talked about it. Week number 5 and program number 1. It is about arithmetic operators. Arithmetic operators are actually operators which do basic mathematical operations over the data. For example, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, remainder, etc. So in this program, we are going to see these things. Let us start. Okay, first thing first, at line number 4, I'm using a print function, which is a built-in or a predefined function which will actually print on the screen the result that we will obtain from this expression. Okay, so 4 plus 2 is equal to 6. It will display 6 on the screen. What we have used here is the plus sign, which is a symbol, and symbols are known as operators. So this is an example of operator. What type of operator it is? It is actually an arithmetic operator, which actually perform the addition of two numbers. The values on which the operator is applied are the values are referred as operands. So in this case, 4 and 2 are operands. They are also called integer constant or integer values, but they are operands. We applied an operator over the operands and we get the results, and the result is then displayed on the screen with the help of the print function. Okay. In a similar way, we can use another arithmetic operator, that is subtraction. What will actually produced after the execution of this expression, 4 minus 2 is equal to 2, so it will display 2 on the screen. Again, 4 and 2 are example of operand. Let me tell you one thing, that here we are actually applying these operators on the data, on the values. These values here are integer. It could be floating point or even it could be characters. Second thing, you can also apply these operators over variables as well, which will contain some data, and we will see it in a moment in the upcoming programs. So this is our second operator. Our third operator, which is actually represented by asterisk, is an example of multiplication. So 4 multiplied by 2 is equal to 8. So the output of this statement will be 8. And then we have another arithmetic operator, which is represented by slash. It actually divides one number by another number and return the value of the quotient. So if you divide 4 by 2, you will get 2 in the quotient. The fifth operator, arithmetic operator, is the modulus operator, which actually returns the remainder in case of a division. So when you divide 4 by 2, you will get 0 in the remainder. Our next operator, which is represented by double asterisk, is actually an example of exponent operator or power operator, or raised to the power, as we say in mathematics. So it will actually return 4 to the power 2, which is equal to 4 multiplied by 4, and that will give you 16. Finally, we have the division operator, the double slash, which actually represent the floor of the quotient after division. So when you divide 4 by 2, you will get 2.0, and when you apply floor function, you will get the 2. So let us run this program. To run this program, is I mentioned in earlier lectures, you can use different options. I am using Linux, and inside Linux I am using Sublime Editor and using the Python interpreter. So in my case, I have to save this program to desktop. Let us give it a name. Let's suppose the name is test, extension is py. So save the program. The next step is to run the program. For that, I need to go to the command mode, which I am also there. Change to the directory where the file is stored. I stored it on desktop. Change, call the Python interpreter and then provide the name of the file along with the extension. What you see is the output of this program. Okay guys, this was our first program which elaborate the concept of arithmetic operators. Our next program is actually about the second category of operators that are called the compound assignment operators. What's here that at line number 3 we actually create a variable with the name norm1 and we assign the value 4 with the help of an assignment operator. Then in line number 4 we actually create a second variable and the name of this variable is norm2 and we assign second value, that is 2, to this variable with the help of this assignment operator. In line number 5 we are actually adding the two values with the help of compound assignment operator, and then the result is assigned back to the variable norm1. So in this case its previous value will be replaced by the new value, right? So in the comments you can see the explanation, the calculation, how it works. Actually is like this. Pick the value stored in norm2, that is 2, add this value with the value stored in norm1 location, that is 4, and then assign the result back to norm1. So 4 plus 2 is 6 and the 6 will be assigned to norm1. Now the new value of norm1 is 6 and we can display this value with the help of the print function, right? So it will display 6. Then at line number 8 what we are doing is that we are applying another compound assignment operator, and this time the operator is minus. What does it do? Subtract the value of norm2 from norm1. Now do not be confused with the old value. The new value of norm1 is 6. So subtract, however the value of norm2 is still 2. We never change this value throughout the program. So the value of norm1 is 6. Subtract the value of norm2, that is 2, from the 6. So 6 minus 2 is equal to 4, and then return back the value to norm1. Now the value of norm1 is updated again. In this case we have now 4. There is a new value of norm1 after the execution of this compound assignment operator. You can print the value to check whether it is correct or not. Then as another compound assignment operator, this time it is asterisk. So take the value of norm1, there is 4, multiply it with the value of norm2, there is 2. 4 multiplied by 2 is equal to 8, and then assign the same value to norm1. Now the new value of norm1 is equal to 8. Print it. Move forward. We have now the division operator along with the assignment operator, and it is referred as compound assignment operator. Take the value of norm1, that is 8, divided by 2, that is 2. 8 divided by 2, you will get 4, and assign the new value to norm1. So the previous value of norm1 was 8. After execution of this statement, this expression, the new value of norm1 will be equal to 4, and then print the value. Next we have used a compound assignment operator, but this time we have applied it over a modulus operator, that is the remainder. Take the value of norm1, that is 4, divided it by the value of norm2, that is 2. 4 divided by 2, you will get 0 in remainder. So now the new value of norm1 is equal to 0. Print the value, go to the next statement. Now this is exponent. Take the value of norm1, that is 0, and then raise to the power 2. The value of norm2 is 2. So 0 to the power 2 is equal to 0. So the new value of norm1 is again a 0. Last operation, take the value of norm1, that is 0, divide it by norm2, that is 2, and give me the quotient in whole number. So you will get a 0 here as well, and then you print the value. Run this program and you will see like 6, compare the values, they are the same. So this program was about compound assignment operator. Our next category of operator that is available in the Python language is about the comparison operators. And if you remember, the output of comparison operator is always true or false. So here we go. We have two variables. Their values are 4 and 2. I'm using the print function to see the result of the comparison operator. You see, I have applied the equal operator here, relational or comparison operator. So let us see. Norm1 is equal to norm2, which means 4 is equal to 2. Is it true? What do you say? 4 is equal to 2? No, it's not equal. So the output is going to be false. It is not true. Next line. 4 is actually not equal to 2. Okay. Here the expression says that 4 is not equal to 2. Is it true? Yes, it is true because 4 is not equal to 2. Is not equal to 2, so that is true. Our next expression is about the greater sign, which says that 4 is greater than 2. What do you think? Tell me whether it is true or false. So in our case, 4 is always greater than 2, so the output is true. And then the less operator, which means 4 is less than 2, whether it is true or false. It is false because 4 is not less than 2. And then we have the two operators combined, which is called the greater than or equal to operator. So here you have to check the two conditions. For example, in the first condition, it say 4 is greater than 2. Is it true or false? Yes, it is true because 4 is greater than 2. And then we have or. Now you have to check the second condition, that is equal. 4 is equal to 2. Is it true? No, it's not true because 4 is not equal to 2. Now what is going to be the output here? True or false? In one condition we get the true, in the second condition we get the false. So true or false, the output is going to be true, right? Because it is like the logical or. Even if one of the condition is true, the output will be true. Even if both are true, then the output is obviously true. It will be only false if both are false. Same is the case here. Now here we have again two conditions, but this time less than or equal to. So let us see. 4 is less than 2. Is it true? No, it is not true because 4 is not less than 2. Now let us check the second condition, which is equal to 4 is equal to 2. 4 is equal to 2? No, it's false. It is also false. Now what is going to be the output? Both the conditions are false, then the obvious answer of this is that we will get a false value in the result. Let us run this program. Okay guys, to compare the values, false, true, true, then false, then true, and then false. So this is a program about comparison operator. Our next program is about logical operators. Remember, the logical operator will always give us true or false value. However, we have to use the keywords and, or, and not. We have three different types of logical operator. And this is the same case like the previous. If both the conditions are true, then the output will be true. If any one of the condition is true, then the output will be true. And then we have the not operator. Not operator means that if it is true, convert it into false. If it is false, convert it into true. Let us start from here. Compare number 1 with number 2. 4 is less than 2. I get comments. Let us move it here. Much better. Okay. 4 is less than 2. It's false because 4 is not less than 2. It's greater. Then apply the and compare the second. 4 is greater than 2. What do you say? The output is going to be true here because 4 is greater than true. Okay, now apply this AND operator over these two output, false and true. So the output of this statement is going to be false. Why? Because one value is true and the other value is false. In case of AND operator, we will get true only if both of them are true. In this case, we will get false. Now the second statement or example, let us put the values. 4 is less than 2. Is it true? No, it is false because 4 is not less than 2. Again, check the second condition. 4 is greater than 2. Yes, 4 is greater, so the output is true. Now apply the OR condition over these two. We have a false value and we have a true value. So the output is going to be what? Yes, it is going to be true. Remember the logical OR. If any one of them is true, the output will be true. If both are true, then the output will be true. Only false if both of them are false. Now apply the NOT operator. And that is simple. This is actually the statement that we have already worked on, and that is false. So if you apply the NOT operator over a false value, you will actually get a true value. And this is actually the expression that we have evaluated here, and we get a true. But now we are going to apply the NOT operator. So if you apply the NOT operator over a true value, you will get a false value. Let us run this program. You see, false, true, and then true and false. So this is about logical operator. Our next program for week number 5 is about bitwise operator, and they operate on individual bits. But first, you have, for understanding purposes, I have converted all these decimal numbers into binary numbers so that you can get an idea how it works. So we have two variables, num1 and num2. We assigned values to them, and then later on we actually create more variables with the name of result 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 just to store the results. Here we are actually applying the bitwise AND operator, and the AND operator would return if both the bits are true, the output will be true. If any one of them is false, the output will be false. Then we have the bitwise OR operator. The bitwise AND operator, if both are true, the output will be true. If both are 1, the output will be 1. You can say like this as well. Otherwise, it will be false. In case of bitwise OR operator, the output will be 1 if both the values are 1, or even if one of them is 1. It will be false otherwise. Similarly, we have the exclusive OR bitwise operator. In this case, the output will be 1. The output will be 0 if both are true, and the output will be 0 if both are false. Means you can say if both the values are same, then the output will be false, otherwise it will be true. Left shift its symbol. It's simple. You just need to shift the two leftmost digits to the other side, and right shift operator is also simple. You have to move or shift the rightmost 2 bits to the other side to indicate the number of bits that we want to shift either to left hand side or to right hand side. Okay, so if you convert the 60 into binary number, you will get this number, this sequence of bits. If you convert 13 into binary number, you will get these streams of bits. And then when you apply the AND operator over these sequence of bits, you will get this binary number. You see, the output is 1 if both are 1 and 0 otherwise. In case of OR operator, the output will be 1 if both are 1, or will be 1 if even one of them is 1, or even one of them is true. Otherwise, if both of them are false, then the output will be false. And then exclusive OR, the output will be 0 if both are 0, and the output will be 0 even if both are true, otherwise it will be 1. In case of left shift operator, you have to shift these 2 bits to the other side, and in case of right shift, you have to move these bits to the other side. When you perform these operations, you will get an output in decimal form. But for your facilitation, I have converted this number into binary numbers as well. Our last program for today is about operator priorities and associativity. Priority means which operator is going to be evaluated first, and then which operator is going to be evaluated second, and then third. And the associativity mean what if we got the same priority operator in an equation. Let us see this program. Okay, here we have two operators, and both operators are arithmetic operators. One operator is the plus, the second one is the steric. Both the operators are enclosed in the parentheses, which means they have the same priority inside this parenthesis. But inside the parentheses, you have to watch their individual priority or precedence. So we know that the steric has higher priority than the plus. So you have to execute this operator before the plus. So multiply 3 with 16, you will get things like this. Okay, and then apply the plus operator, you will get 20. So the output of this expression will be 20. Do not confuse that first we have to calculate this value. No, first you have to calculate this value and then the plus operator. Our next example. Now again we have the same values, the same operators, but the precedence is now different because of the parentheses. Now the plus operator is inside the parentheses while the steric operator is outside the parentheses. If we remove these parentheses, then it becomes simple because first you have to execute this, but due to the parentheses, the priority of plus operator become higher than the priority of the steric. So you have to calculate whatever operator is inside the parentheses. So it will give you 5, and then you have to multiply it with 6. You will get 30. Our next expression, here we have two operators and they have the same priorities. So now you have to apply the associativity principle, the associativity rule, and that is go from left to right. First operator from left to right is steric, then we have the division. So the steric will be applied first before the division operator. So 10 multiplied by 4 is 40, and then divided by 2 you will get 20. Next example, now we have the exponent and division, and we are pretty much sure that after parentheses the highest priority is for the exponent. So the exponent will be evaluated first. So 2 power 2 is equal to 4, and then 4 divided by 4 is equal to 1. Our next example has different operators like plus, steric, minus, and again a plus. But you have to give concentration here. We have plus operator inside two parentheses, which means its priority is higher than the steric, which is inside single parentheses. So 2 plus 2 will actually give you 4. Then steric 3 minus 2 now has higher priority than this plus sign because it is also inside double parentheses. This is first parenthesis and this is second parenthesis. So 3 minus 2 is actually equal to 1. And then you have to do the plus. Now you have two operators remaining, plus and steric. The highest priority between these two operators is for the steric. So 4 multiplied by 1, you will get 4, and then 8 5 with it, you will get 9. So the output of this is 9. And then the final example is a bit more complicated because here we have the operator plus, which is inside two parentheses, minus, which is inside two parentheses, and then we have this 5. which is inside two parentheses. First you have to execute this. 2 plus 2. You will get a 4. Then static in its own location, 2 minus 2 is equal to 0, and then plus 5. Okay, now we have two operators, plus and static. Priority of static is high. 4 multiplied by 0, you will get 0, and then when you add 5 with it, you will get a 5. So the output is going to be 5. And then we have the print statement, which actually print the result of all these statements. So when you run this program, you will get the output like this. Compare the output, you get the same things. 20, 30, 20, 1, 9, and 5. So this was about the different types of operators that are available in the Python language. First, we saw the theory and then the actual practical implementation of all these operators. Next week, we will be talking about control statement. Till then, goodbye and have a safe day.